There was a blizzard the day I arrived. The road was blocked by the snow and Dr. Lankworthy couldn't get up the hill. He drove his car from Hamilton to the foot of the hill, then Dad took the horses and the sleigh and went down and got him. My dad had a team of horses called Maud and Daisy. When I was about 4, we moved to the north of Hamilton to what was known as the Sweeney Farm. There were only 3 of us girls in the Randallsville area at the time of our age. These were the years of World War II. We had to ration stamps for sugar, shoes, and gas. On Sunday afternoons, I always wanted to go to the movies in Hamilton. My mom would take me up, but I had to walk home. I can remember my legs being so cold I could hardly walk as I came by the Parker place. Toward the end of my second year of high school, I won the title of Miss Hamilton. I never knew how I won this because I never ran for it. I was a very quiet person and very shy, hated anything to do with being out on public display. I think of my grandma so much. She was so good to me. Grandmother told me once that she always wanted to be a nurse, but when the time came for her to go into training, her mother was already bedridden with cancer. In my senior year, I decided to enter the Faxon School of Nursing. In the fall of 1951, I entered the school in Utica. My years at Community Memorial Hospital, 1954 through 1967, I look back on fondly. We worked very hard, but we worked together. I met Ted in 1958 at the Madison Lake roller rink. We really wanted another baby, but I kept miscarrying. We finally gave up. Then I got pregnant for Anne. This was 4 years after our marriage. Anne was born on December 29, 1964. Becky Burgess and Nancy Schell had opened the Little Red Doll House in Earlville. I was so impressed with the antique dolls, the paintings on the faces, the coloring was all so beautiful. I finally said to Ted, I think I could make these dolls. Ted fixed the room at the foot of the stairs as a doll-making room, and we spent a couple of months starting dolls. I took my 2 dolls in and put them on the desk in front of the doll artist, Betty Miller, for her to look over. Betty said, "I've never seen dolls done up this way. They're so beautiful. Have you entered the competition this year at the doll show?" She gave me the papers and told me to do another little doll to enter. We went down the day before and entered the international competition. The next morning we went to the doll show, and while we were looking at the dolls, the loudspeaker asked if Clarice Aldridge was in the showroom. I thought, what has happened at home, and went flying to the announcer. When I got there were some people waiting for me. "You have won the Millie Trophy in the non-professional division of competition." It was the highest award that you can get in the non-professional division. When they awarded me the trophy, I said thank you and went back to my seat and sat down. Well, I didn't know you were supposed to give a speech or something. I was so nervous I couldn't. Everyone seemed to want a copy of the doll who had won the ribbons and the trophy, so I was in the doll business. The following year, I entered the long-faced Jamiu in the professional division of international competition. She won the Millie Trophy in the professional division. I'm the only person who has 2 Millie trophies by winning both divisions. No one else has ever done it. The Millie is now limited to 1 person. I belonged to the American Quilting Guild for a long time, but it seems to get too much for me. The nicest thing that came out of the Quilting Guild was my friendship with Duffy Arlene Lawrence. We have so much in common, and we are homebodies. We love gardening, we love crafts, and Duffy is so good at making birdhouses. Ted and I went out to one of those Tai Chi tournaments. David had his video camera with him to take the kids' turns, and that night Dave ran the video, and when he came to that part, I wondered who those old people sitting in the bleachers were. Then I realized it was Ted and I. This was the second time that I had actually realized we were getting old, because we don't feel old.